Welcome! Well, Glass Shelf Collectibles started their Black Friday sales about 3 weeks early, and with me re-watching a certain TV series on Netflix, it's only the second time I've watched it all the way through as well. I'm about probably halfway through it at the time of me recording this. To see some of the pops that are fairly new releases as well for this particular show in GSC's Black Friday sale, that was fatal. So today's the day I've started a new Funko Pop line. Not got the room for it, but oh well. I just couldn't resist. I've got a big box here, heavy as well. There'll be 4 pops in here. You don't need me to extol the virtues of Glass Shelf Collectibles again, although I'm happy to, because they are brilliant. Excellent customer service, excellent packaging. And yes, I do have a discount code for them where you can get 10% off. There's also a referral link for the site as well. And there's all my other referral links down in the description text box, as well as my Patreon link and Facebook group link as well. So the total price of this order, I can never remember the exact amount. I should stop writing these down really, shouldn't I? About 42 something. Maybe just under 43, and that includes the £4.24 postage as well. But there's 3 common pops in here. They were all £8, and then there's a rather nice American stickered exclusive that was £14.50, but that had about £5 off it. Some good deals to be had, and at the time of this video going out, no doubt GSC's Black Friday sale will still be on. For all I know, they might have added more lines to it. I hope they haven't, because if it's anything else I want, then I'll be spending more money again. So we've got the invoice there. Awesome packaging as always. I don't know if you can see that. A layer of protective paper on top. A couple of layers, actually. Yeah. And all of these have come in pop protectors as well. Have you guessed what the TV show is yet? It's an American sitcom that I think originally started in 1990. I had no interest in it when I was young, or even as kind of, you know, a young to getting on towards middle-aged adult. It was only, I think, about 2, maybe 3 years ago, I actually decided to sit and watch the entire series for the very first time. It was on Prime Video back then, and it's recently gone up on Netflix, hence why I'm re-watching it on there. And although it took me a little while, maybe the first couple of seasons to properly get into it, I thought it was brilliant. There's certain episodes in this sitcom, they're some of the most well-written and funny 25 minutes of comedy I've ever seen. And what I'm talking about is Seinfeld. And I'm going to get all these out of the protectors. I'm not going to get them all out of box, because that means this video is going to go on for ages. But I'll get all these out of the protectors just so that there's hopefully not quite so much glare coming off the box window. But the first Seinfeld character I'm showing you today is number 1083 in the pop television line, of course. This is Elaine Benes. So Elaine was the female friend. She was a former girlfriend of Jerry, the eponymous main character, although it's always more like an ensemble comedy to me. You know, sort of in the vein of Friends and The Office, where, you know, it's arguable who exactly has got top billing. But I suppose when you call the show Seinfeld after the guy who's playing a fictionalised version of himself, then you could argue that Jerry is the main character. And indeed, most of the action in the episodes does tend to stem and centre around his apartment in New York. But Elaine Benes, she's played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who is part of the MCU now, isn't she? She's cropped up in a couple of things. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and at least a couple of other things as well that I can't quite think of offhand. But you Marvel nuts all know. Here she is, back in the 1990s, with sort of a, it's difficult for me to tell with my eyesight right now, but a kind of red and maybe floral patterned dress on. I think she's holding a blue mug, a coffee mug. She's got glasses on. I don't think she wore glasses regularly in the series. In fact, no, I'm certain she didn't. Maybe she wore them for reading. Like I say, I'm about halfway through re-watching Seinfeld at the moment, and I've only ever seen all the episodes once before, and it was a few years ago, so it's difficult to remember exactly. It's not like something like The Office, which is still my favourite US comedy, by the way, where I've watched it repeatedly so many times I can instantly think where a certain scene is from a certain episode. We won't have too much of a look on the back, as we'll no doubt be seeing at least a couple of these over the course of this video, but very happy, think she looks great. Elaine from Seinfeld. So you know what's coming now, 3 more Seinfeld pops. I'm going to save the special limited edition or the exclusive pop till the end. And yes, I've been a bit of a sticker whore really, as I could have got it cheaper with the normal special edition sticker on. But I just thought in for a penny, in for a pound. GSC had it with this particular sticker, so why not? Right, next up we have not one of the main characters, more a recurring character, a supporting character, someone who lives in Jerry's building, is good friends with Kramer, and more on him later, but wasn't a main cast member, just someone who would turn up now and again, and a bit of a nemesis of Jerry's as well. Him and Jerry never got on with each other. I'm talking about Newman. Newman was played by Wayne Knight. You'll know Wayne Knight, a very sort of familiar looking comic actor who's, what have I seen him in? I know he's been in Jurassic Park, the very first one. He's been in Rat Race, which is a very underrated comedy film, by the way, and it's got so many big names in it. It's really daft, but it's so much fun. Can't really tell what outfit he's wearing. It looks like maybe some sort of jumpsuit or something, but it might just be like a kind of blue jacket and blue pants, blue trousers. I don't know. Once again, fantastic condition. Thank you, Glass Shelf Collectibles. I'm not going into great detail with these, obviously, because there is 4 altogether to show you. These are, I think, going to stay as in-box pops for me. As you might be able to see, if I just manoeuvre properly, I do have some of my American comedy pops out of box and in cabinets. Parks and Rec, The Office, and Friends as well, but I'll no doubt need to do some jigging around, and I've not got enough cabinet space to start putting all the Seinfeld pops out of box at the moment anyway. Next Seinfeld pop to show you is one, I think this character might be the most memorable, like, one-off, or maybe he appeared twice, because I think he was probably in the finale as well, if memory serves. But probably the most memorable guest character ever. Became a bit of a cultural sort of, almost like a meme before memes really were a thing in the 1990s. I'm talking about number 1086. This is Yev Kasem, better known as the Soup Nazi. No soup for you. So yeah, the Soup Nazi. Now there was an exclusive version of this that came with a t-shirt. I thought about getting that, even though I think the only place I saw it in stock was double priced toys for something ridiculous. And I thought, no, the pop itself doesn't look a lot different. I'm just getting it for the sticker and for a shirt that won't be able to fit me at all. So I just stuck with the common Soup Nazi, or Yev Kasem there. So I think he was played on the show by, I think his name's Larry Thomas. Not someone I'm particularly familiar with. I think the Soup Nazi was like his one big role, and I think he does public appearances as the Soup Nazi character, or Yev. It was a really good episode. I'm not up to there yet in my Seinfeld rewatch, so I'm looking forward to seeing him again, as I've only seen the episode in question once, and it's a fan favourite for a lot of Seinfeld aficionados. He's got like his sort of chef's attire on, got those thick eyebrows and a rather disgruntled look on his face. I do suggest you seek out and give Seinfeld a go. You know, dedicate some time to it, because yeah, the early seasons, they're alright, they're watchable, but it doesn't really hit its stride, in my opinion, until probably around season 3, I would say. The first 2 are kind of a little bit hit and miss at times, but it really found its feet, I think, after a few years. Lovely condition. Let's put Yev back in the pop protector, and I'll show the one that I'm most excited about. So we've only seen one of the main characters, the 4 main people who appear on most, if not all, of the Seinfeld episodes, and that was Elaine. But I've got another one of the main characters here, and he's my favourite. There's been quite a few variants of this character come out, and I bet there's some Seinfeld nuts who've just got them all instantly. You know me, I'm one character per series when it comes to collecting any pops, and Seinfeld will be no exception, but it was a bit of a tricky choice really, because there were so many good ones of this character here, but I think I've picked the best one for me anyway, the funniest one certainly, and I did watch this episode recently as well that it's based on. I'm talking about the Amazon exclusive Kramer in his underwear. So, Cosmo Kramer, he's my favourite Seinfeld character, I think. It's just really eccentric, wacky, off the wall. It's difficult to describe, really, but he became kind of like the breakout character, really, from the show. You know, just the one where every time he'd enter a room, like the studio audience would give him a cheer, that kind of thing. And this episode, where he's just standing around in some white Y-fronts, is a callback to, this would have been from season 4, I think, or was it season 3? 3 or 4, where he somehow got a meeting with Calvin Klein to complain that they'd stolen his perfume idea, as he invented a fragrance that smells like the beach. And then he wound up being a model for Calvin Klein briefly, and Calvin himself, who I don't think he was the real Calvin Klein, he was someone playing him, asked him to get down to his gadders and strut his stuff. Really funny. I know this was available with the silver, much derided special edition sticker, but I thought, you know, it's got some money off at Glass Shelf Collectibles for their Black Friday sales. I'll get this one. Yeah, love that. I think that's fantastic. Definitely my favourite of the 4. A, because Kramer is my favourite Seinfeld character, and B, it is nice to get something that's a bit different and like an exclusive pop as well. There we go, I've put them all back in their protectors. Quick recap, the jewel in the crown of purchasers here, Amazon exclusive Kramer in underwear, and then we've also got the Soup Nazi Yev Kasem. We've got Jerry Seinfeld's arch enemy Newman, and we started out with the lovely yet ditzy Elaine Benez. 3 commons, 1 exclusive, all with a discount from GSC's Black Friday sale. Now then, you'll notice that there's a couple of main characters missing. Well, those of you who know the main characters in Seinfeld will notice there's a couple missing. One of them is pretty obvious, given it's who the show's named after. I will have an unboxing for you, a Facebook purchase, with a couple more characters. Could they be the main characters that I'm needing? Yes, they could. From a familiar face to those of you who support us here in the small YouTuber and Funko YouTubing communities. Looking forward to receiving that delivery, and you will see that video in a matter of days, no doubt. But in the meantime, special thanks to Glass Shelf Collectibles, and extra special thanks, as always, to everyone who's watched this, including my gorgeous subscribers and amazing patrons. I'm gonna go now, and yeah, I've got 4 Seinfeld pops to decide where to display now. I just couldn't resist. It's a great show though, and even if you don't buy the pops, and you know, I'm a collector and that's what I do, and I'm sure there's many of you out there who understand and sympathise or empathise with the need to want to collect the figurines that are released when you're really into some sort of TV show or movie or media franchise. Anyway, I need to find room for these, and I do hope that you will all join me again next time for my next Funko Pop unboxing. Cheers everyone. See ya!